Good morning everybody, how are you all? It's about 5:30 in the morning, I think. I know I'm awake for some reason, but I'm not miserable about it. I'm actually really happy about it. I'm up with the dawn. Dawn is happening somewhere there-ish. I'm gonna have some breakfast and take the dogs, possibly go on an adventure, and I'm gonna bring you with me. So, I've had my breakfast, done a little bit of a video edit for the vlog from the last 2 days, and it's now 6:30 in the morning. I think it is gonna be adventure time. Come on, bring your dogs. Yeah, just gonna bring the dogs because I don't have any friends. Let's go. The moon is out. The moon, the moon, the moon is out. The moon. So roughly, my plan goes like this. I'm on King George's Walk now, where I normally walk on a Sunday, but because it's so early and the road's shut and it's a Sunday, there is nobody on it, which is great. So my plan is to walk from here in Hayle to St Ives along the coast as much as I can. That means having to navigate the Hayle estuary / salting, past Lelant train station, past Lelant itself, past that church that I often film from across the sort of harbour from Hayle, and then round some wiggly bits of the coast. I've never walked it before. I'm going to see how it goes, and then I'm going to get to St Ives, have a coffee about sort of, I don't know, whatever time I arrive there, and then get a bus back. Then I can start the day with the rest of the peeps, and the little peep, especially the little peep. So the plan is to, at some point from where I am now on the Hayle side of the harbour, to be over there walking along that side, but there's actually another sort of reef that comes out where the boats are, but pretty much near that church is where I'm going to be. Here's the horse box that was for sale. It's still for sale, and it's still here, and it's for sale for £7 grand. £7 grand, and that could be a home. He'd probably have to spend another £3 grand on it, refurbishing it, but it's still a home. Maybe it will be my home. I want it to be my home, or something like it anyway. We're out on the sort of bridge bit that goes past the saltings, and you can't see the church that I'm walking to now because I've got to go around this big set of, this big inlet. There it is with the tide in. Poppy's watching the bird watchers. There they are. There's the bird watchers in their little hut. According to this sign, via the cycle path, St Ives is only 4 miles. But I don't know where the cycle path goes and whether it follows the coast. I imagine it just goes straight across this country bit there. But I want to go that way, because then I get to see Carbis Bay and the church and stuff, so I think we're going to follow that way along. I've not seen the estuary from this view before, and it's absolutely amazing. It is breathtaking. A gang of swans just turned up. Check them out. Is it a gang? A flock? A squad? A squad of swans sounds good. They always look a bit squaddy like. Alright, squads. You squadledites. What? Apparently it's still 4 miles to St Ives, even though I've walked half a mile. I found the Lelant Saltings car park, but I've lost the coastal path. So, I don't know quite where I'm supposed to go now. Maybe this way. It doesn't look proper. No, I'd say not this way. We can have a look. I don't know. Maybe over there. Across this field and see. So, I got a little bit lost, but there was a guy walking his lovely little spaniel thing. So I asked him where to go, and he said this way. So, I'm now wandering through some sort of estate type thing. Private housing. So now I'm at just Lelant, not Lelant Saltings. This is just Lelant. And it's really cute because right next to the train station there is someone's house with a greenhouse. There's an old boat moored up over there. And there's a wood that you can walk through, which I didn't know. So, just found that as well, which is cool. So we'll go and do that another day, because we're heading to St Ives right now. Yeah, Toby wants to go in there. Toby and Pop want to go in the woods. There's some wicked fallen down trees by the looks of things. Not today. Not a climbing day, another day. Just like last week, I've got too hot again. So strip down time. There we are, that's better. Aha! My first clear view of Lelant Church. Nice. So that's where the beach is. The far side of there is Hayle. This is the harbour. If you look back on an old episode, there's one called Creepy Boats or something like that, and I was walking there basically where that water is, but when the tide was out, one of these was one of the creepy boats, because it just looks spooky in the mist, because it's actually creepy. Just a boat, which in of themselves can't be creepy. The situation can be. We can see at the end of the little harbour here. Dear. Not a very well boat. Toby, Popeye. Is it? Not a well boat at all. Still got a radar on it. I'm surprised no one's nicked that. I think someone might live on this one. It's quite inhabited. Okay, that was a nice little harbour. That was a nice little harbour diversion, but now we must get back to the coast path and get to St Ives, because basically, even after all this walking, I'm in Hayle, just across the way, which is really annoying, but kind of cool, but kind of annoying, because I've gone all that way round and I've ended up about, I don't know, if you could walk in a straight line, probably less than half an hour's walk from my mum's house. It's just all this damn water. I could just get a boat and go across there. Swim it. Popeye'd swim it. Toby wouldn't. Popeye, you want to go swimming? Toby, you want to go in a bath? No, he doesn't. Oh, I better be quiet. There's golfers up ahead. And finally, we've made it to the church. Morning. It's stunning. It's absolutely beautiful. And what a view it's got. I just spoke to a lady that was going into the church, opening it up, I guess for Sunday service, so she might be the minister, I'm not sure. Anyway, and she said that they had swallows that came and lived up in the rafters of the main bit of the church here. I'll show you when I get to St Ives, the other graveyard, with a slightly better view, because it looks out to sea over St Ives Bay. It's got a gravestone of a very famous man, and I can't remember his name. He's an artist, painter, sort of surrealist type guy. Well, no, he's a modernist, I guess, I don't know. He was an amateur artist, painted very, very flatly, and got picked up by the London scene of modern art and became very famous. And his gravestone's made by a famous potter, or the epitaph on it, the top of the grave is like all enamelled by a famous potter from St Ives as well. So anyway, carry on with the walk. On that next bit of headland is St Ives. That's where I'm heading to. So I've got a bay to go through first, Harvest Bay, and then a little bit more postal path like the next thing's called. We're in this really thick marron grass. It's really deep. It's about my shoulder height. And every now and then Toby just vanishes into it and you can't see him, and then Popeye panics. Where'd he go, Bobs? Where's your bro? You find him? Where's he gone? Where'd he go? There he is. There he is. Good boys. We went a bit off the beaten track and got a little bit lost. Not lost, just not on the actual footpath. Back on it now, and it follows more close to the train line rather than the actual coast, which is a bit of a shame. Although I did find a sign saying this is not a nudist beach, which disappointed me, because I want to run naked. Now this is a bit more like it. Unfathomable drop to your death. Miles and miles of sand. Skinny little footpath. What more could you want? Oh no! Look at those clouds! Go away! Let me get to St Ives at least, you bastards! Oh my god, this looks incredible. Oh my word. Oh my god. Oh, this is the place. Sit, Toby, don't jump off the edge, please. Whoa, look at the colour of that. So I'm going to attempt these steps. With the Popeye on the lead, it's not easy because he's an asshole. There's been big chunks of mud come out of there. Popeye, don't tangle me up. It's hard enough as it is. Wow. So I've walked along that bit there. See, there's a little ridge line there. Look at the red clay. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. I know it's not your own little space because other people have discovered it, but right now when I can see maybe 6 people and they're probably 4 miles away, at least it does feel like my own little bit of peace. Oh Popeye, were you hot? Did you have to lay in the puddle? Okay. Right, back up. These steps then. I'd say there's one redeeming feature about seagulls. It don't matter how posh a house is. They'll still shit on your windows. Good old seagulls. We're getting closer. There's St Ives. I think this one next is Carbis Bay. And then we are deer. And this here, if I'm right, is Carbis Bay. We might go along for a paddle, maybe even. I don't know, we've still got quite a lot of coast to get along to there. Come on, there's always time for paddle, isn't there? Yeah. Well, it says dogs are banned on this beach, which is sad. But I can understand people don't pick up their matter, their waste, and it can become quite gross. From what I can tell, Carbis Bay is really quite posh. There's loads of really big houses here. Although this bit of the coast path, which is sort of a private drive for some of the massive houses, is really nice and shady and really pleasant. Loads of people saying good morning to you, and lots of people holding hands, which I think is something that doesn't happen enough. We're here. We made it to St Ives, all the way along the coast path. There's some sort of food festival going on, Porthminster, or Porthmuir, this is Porthminster, and there's Porthmuir, which is the other side of the harbour. That's where the Tate is. It's a bit too noisy, this one, for me. A lot of people. That's quite good though. There's something to do with coconuts. Quite fancy coconut today, but I'm not having coconut today. But there we are. Just over here. That's the main body of St Ives. There we are. Lots of boats. So we made it to St Ives. It was a long old hike. I don't even know what time it is. Do you have the time? 20 to 11. So 20 to 11, left at 6:30 this morning, so it's a long old trek. But treat myself to a coffee now, so the boys can sit in the cool. So yeah, I was about right. It's about 4 hours walk. It'd probably been about 3 hours if I hadn't taken so many diversions on the way. Then get the bus back to Hayle, and then meet up with the fam. Gently. Good boys. Is that good sausage? Did you like that? Good boys. It's all gone. So's mine. It's all gone. All the sausage is gone now. This is Porthmuir, which also has a wicked dog-friendly cafe over there. And behind me is the Tate. That is the Tate Modern St Ives. Haven't been in a while, but it is a wicked building. The cafe is not dog-friendly and is fucking expensive. You'll never eat there unless you want the most expensive white bread sandwich you've ever had in your life. So what we're going to do is we're going to wander up to the graveyard and look at Alfred Wallace's grave, which is up on the top. And the top of it is done by... I still can't remember the name of the potter that did the top of the grave. But anyway, his grave's cool. We'll go and have a look. Yes, get buried here. You got a view. Now I used to remember off by heart where the Alfred Wallace tomb was, or grave plinth, and I've completely forgotten now. So I'm going to have to revert to Google and find it. It took a little bit of a Google search and a Google Maps walk, but basically I was standing there behind that gravestone, and the grave I'm looking for is only here. So I wasn't far off. I knew it was at the top end. This is the grave of Alfred Wallace, who is one of the pioneers. Wallace was an involuntary pioneer of naive art, and this tombstone is made by the potter Bernard Leach in his memory, and it depicts one of Alfred's paintings. It's quite beautiful. It's stunning piece of art. Like a collab, like doing a collab, isn't it? Right, there's Porthmuir. We're not walking any further. We're going to go get the bus. The dogs are prohibited in here anyway, but because they're quite well behaved and they're on their leads, I don't mind them being in here, but someone might tell me off, so I better get going. I love this sign. Check it out. How cool is that? St Ives is built on a really steep hill. Everywhere is hills here. You get a good view of the church tower, don't you, from up here? Down this road is the gallery of, well, the home and studio of Barbara Hepworth. If you don't know who Barbara Hepworth is, she's a world famous sculptor. She makes some beautiful, beautiful abstract art, I guess. I'd call it abstract. It's wonderful and just sort of it's not depicting anything most of the time, although there's a beautiful Madonna and Child in the church here. We'll just go down past the house, which you can visit, and it's kept as a studio, and there's bits of art displayed in it also. It's just down here on the right, I think, if I'm right. Yep, there it is. There's the place. The door open, we can go in. There's a bit of art in the window. That's quite a small piece. A lot of her bits are like sort of 10 foot, 20 foot tall structures, and they're all pinned out in the garden. Right, I'm off to the bus stop now. I'll speak to you in a bit. Bye. Kill the dogs. They're absolutely knackered. Good boys. Apparently this is how we have to travel on the bus. Behind the seat. Right about that, mate? He wanted his own seat. With a window so he can look out. Toby's half asleep on me. Look at that face.